Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Raging Rolls. Thank you, Super Dan, for your subscription. It will be going straight to my caffeine fund, so thank you so much.
Keep the tea.
No,
Caffeinated.
we are back in Trancasia. We have almost a full team, minus 2. We've got some members that don't join too often, so hopefully we're in for a fun evening. Before we finish this month, I believe this is probably the last stream. Yes, of this month. Just a shout out to Pride Month again. Been a really cool Pride Month. It's been awesome to see so many people and brands start to get behind it. It's nice to be in a place where it's safe to be able to share and be able to support everybody openly, regardless of gender or sexual preference. So big shout out to all of those. I was just in an Uber today and they had the track of where you're going and where you're going to all in a nice rainbow. So awesome. It was pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, another big shout out to that, and make sure that you love everybody regardless of who they choose to love. Any other announcements from the team?
Don't forget, we do have a giveaway we're very close to hitting. With just a couple more followers, once we hit 250 followers on Twitch here, that'll unlock our giveaway of your choice of a digital or physical copy of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Pretty exciting.
I've got to say, I've been breezing through it, and oh my god, it is so fun. They've got like things for like counting stress and stuff, and seeds of fear, and so much awesome stuff.
Hell
Just
yeah!
tracking stress.
Yeah.
Oh, that's full on.
Yeah.
I just count stress based on your faces in the video chat. That's how I'm doing it. All right. So it's been awesome to have everybody back. And tonight we pick up right where we left off. I see Jeremy has already got it there for us. We have our map ready to go. So as you all might remember from the last session, we split the party as a 3 group split after running away from the Thieves Guild, trying to avoid capture by the police. They split into 3 different taverns overnight. As the guards checked the taverns to find any of the escaped thieves, 2 of them were spotted, and without their knowledge, they were marked for capture. During the night, it was with great sadness that 2 of the party members were taken to jail right in the evening. So of the ones we had captured, we lost Asteria and Hector Hargreaves as they were taken into the cells. But it wasn't long before all of the guards that were guarding them had to run as an explosion echoed over the city. The market square had a purple smoke floating from it as screams were heard as people ran away trying to evacuate. The rest of the party, not captured, quickly tried to make their way to the market square. What greeted you upon your arrival was first chaos, as you dodged your way through several people trying to make their way out of the combat zone. Peering deeper, you see a creature floating of dark mists, a purple hue slowly as the sort of mist evaporates, showing the figure of some sort of floating humanoid creature. You see several guards already in combat with other creatures that look to be of some sort of demonic nature. As they try to fight these off, the floating demon of mist and purple energies looks to the group of you arriving. And you swear that as you approach, this creature starts to pulsate as the smoke begins to waft out of it. And I mean, it's neither here nor there. I'll let the creature answer that for themselves. As it makes eye contact with the first person that gets within its range. As it's currently looking out, I would say that it's probably Finry at the moment.
I hit at the end of the last session though, so.
So from those, because all the others are trying to hide, I'll go for Malchus then. I feel like Malchus is a reasonable choice. I'll take your.
That's a very reasonable
I was gonna
choice.
take him on anyway.
That's perfect. Then we're in a good side of things. So what I'll get everybody to do is roll some initiative for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, there's
Jeez.
so many of them.
Hey, I got a 14.
Big roll. Coming.
12.
Not bad.
Oh, he's rolling so many dice. I don't like that.
Just one or two, it's fine.
Here we go. Natural
Oh,
one.
who's
Thank
Oh,
pink?
no.
That's really pretty.
That's pretty nice.
Wait, did my?
Hector, wait. Are we rolling, Hector?
no.
Because we're not there.
I don't know. Oops.
I will let you guys roll.
There.
Just between the two of you, because I think it's more of who gets the combat. Because I'll be doing around here, around there, and then back again. So
Okay.
we'll be doing a bit of split combat tonight, as we sort of figure out how we resolve both sides.
Finry, your dice are broken.
So I'm
Yeah, no, it
17.
actually didn't actually take my first initiative roll for some reason.
And then when you did roll, you rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6. I rolled a 14 before.
I've got 14. I get editing privileges. So
Oh,
you're
okay, cool.
good.
Thank you.
It's all right.
I got a
I'll
20.
honor your roll. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I'm 17.
Good. So I think you will definitely be going above Hector Hargraves in that situation.
If I get that.
Oh my gosh. Hector, I just realized I'm gonna be your tank. This is terrible. This is bad. This is so bad.
Awesome.
God,
Awesome,
I'm your
awesome.
defense. Why
Uh,
are you so squishy?
first up, Malchus, is you actually.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy is 105 feet from me, so I will move up 15 feet. If I can click my guy and cast Hex as a bonus action, and
Nice.
then Eldritch Blast him with my beautiful purple magical attack. And so for the Hex, I want him to have disadvantage on strength saves.
Makes sense.
All right, and then this is the attack roll.
Ooh,
23.
close one.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and damage. 12 damage. And then I will walk back 15 feet.
So you arrange a bolt of your necrotic magics, as with a practice throw, you cast out this dark magic from your body. It arcs beautifully. You've actually not been able to land all of these long distance shots before, but this one is going dead center of mass. As the bolt hits the creature, you see it just assimilate with the shadows that flow around its body. It doesn't even seem to flinch.
Ooh. As in, like, the magical effects didn't do damage, or the damage was that low that it didn't seem to do
It didn't seem to, like, once it made contact with his magical force, it was absorbed. It didn't
Oh,
to
God.
do any damage to it.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Told you not to worry about this one, Hinsa. It's fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be
And
good.
then
We'll be
that's
good.
all.
This is what I get for shit. talking.
Wait until this thing kills the entire party that comes for you guys in the jail cell.
Why is it coming from them as well?
It knows.
I potentially have another character, but if you kill us, I swear to
Good.
God.
That's awesome. Well, we'll chat about them after
Dave!
Dave joins. Roll for initiative, please, Dave.
Did someone
No
call
way.
the cavalry?
Next up,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Rafe.
I thought it was a Hinza with a 17.
Hinsa's
I'm not
here.
there.
That's right. Ah, bugger. I thought I had another turn. Okay, I will step out.
Kill it with one blow. Do it.
Easy.
Is that how do you ping in virtual tabletop?
Yeah.
The thing, is there a tent in the way there?
Yes, there is.
Okay. So I might swing a little bit further. Nope, that's drawing. Just enough to get line of sight. That should be far enough with longbow. Yes. Cool. I will hit it with a longbow shot.
Nice.
I will hit it with a longbow shot. No, the macro isn't working.
Isn't it?
You can do it. I believe in you.
I
just
believe
like
in
that.
it too. I hit it with a longbow shot.
You're gonna wish you had my roll there.
Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do Giant's Might first.
Nice.
So swell to large. and
I'll swell you. Don't worry.
Oh, look, a bigger
Take swole. Your thing's coming up in the chat. Are you hitting the button in the chat then to hit the attack and damage and all the rest of it? Or you just keep pressing the macro?
Not yet. I decided to do the bonus action first.
Okay.
You are now swole.
Here comes the attacky. And after all that was just nonsense.
As your arrow arches through, poof, you see it hit, and a trail of smoke comes out the other side.
Ooh.
You manage to not hit its center of mass.
Yay!
Anything else in your turn?
I run back behind my tent.
Totally a respectable move, I think, in this situation. Running in beautiful glory, making sure that Dr. Harmon Rab doesn't miss any death. It is your turn.
Mate, the doc is in. Just out of curiosity, who's this green person here just south of me?
This lady,
Yeah.
she is... Let me just quickly get her name up for you.
Just while DM's doing that, just a quick catch up on where our rerolls and extra rolls and things are. So Rafe has a Favor of the Gods up his sleeve.
I do have a D12.
Hector has what looks like 3 minor blessings, maybe. Finry has a minor blessing.
Oh, I do? Oh, awesome.
In case you've forgotten, there was some concern that Hector might cease to exist recently, so a lot of people were like, give him the blessings!
Yes.
I think tonight, what I'm going to try and do is if you guys use those blessings, I'm going to try and draw a card from the deck. And depending on what card you draw is the amount extra you get to add to your roll.
Yeah, nice.
That sounds cool.
Can the blessings be used, like, so if I cast a spell to have something make a saving throw, can I use the dice to reduce their save, whatever they save by? Oh.
No.
Robin, how do you want to deal with a D12?
We'll work it out. I'll see what I draw, because if it doesn't feel that satisfactory, but it should technically still be a pretty similar result with with high amounts of picture cards in there, resulting in we could call them 12s. But it could be and it's something to think, because I think it'd just be fun to be able to throw a card up and see what you got, and it could be that higher blessings give you extra draws of the deck, which could be
Huge.
could result in more chance of being able to very much succeed, which I feel like the blessings of the god almost does feel like you're very much going to succeed. So it's an extra draw or 2 doesn't seem too bad.
I should have used that.
Okay. Did we have a name for our NPC yet?
Yes, we did get a name for your NPC. So this NPC is called Layla.
Layla. I am going to run down towards good friend here, Layla. I'm going to yell at her, Layla! Layla! Quickly! Find cover! Find cover! Layla, tell me, quickly, is Gardin here? Where's Gardin?
He's a ruthless merchant!
What does he look like?
And she peers around the tent, and you see her looking around, and off the back there you see a man with a rake as he's trying to rake the cash from anybody that would look left, right, and center. And
dear.
he's busy running out of the area.
Okay. So which way is he running? Sorry.
He's
Oh,
running
Gary?
to the north. You can see him rotating
north.
there.
I can see him rotating. Okay. I am going to. So I've moved part of my distance there. What have I moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've moved part of my distance. I'm actually going to move. I'm right here. I'm going to attack this monster here. Actually, I'm going to attack. I don't want to leave the party completely open, so I'm just going to cast a Serpent Sting on this bad boy.
On the one closest to you, or the big one?
Yeah, the one closest to me.
Okay, cool.
So old mate needs to make some, say, a DC 13 con save, or he's got to have some falling over issues.
So do a little saving throw, and they get a 21.
Yeah, okay, so they save on that then.
And as the spell attempts to go over it, you see it turn away from the guard and sneer at you, having its attention now diverted.
That is all I'm going to do for the moment.
Fantastic. Next up in our turn order, we have Finry Flat Top.
Oh, yeah, I just want to know if I could consider this guard that's down fighting this thing as an ally, potentially, or...
What is it? An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I wouldn't say he's an enemy. He seems like a decent enough fellow. I just want to know if, if I try to shoot and accidentally hit him, he's not going to turn around and shoot me.
Are you guys perhaps escaped fugitives?
No, I would never do anything like that.
Right. So I
didn't
guess
escape.
the answer to that is whether or not he knows that you're an escaped fugitive.
Do I want... No, okay, alright. I'm going to walk my little 25 feet of movement, my little... And then I'm gonna pull out a feather, and then I'm gonna pretend to tickle the bottom of my shoe as I target the big guy, and I'm gonna cast Tash's Hideous Laughter on him.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't know if they came through. Oh my goodness. Go. Cast it. Just cast it. There we go. Didn't cast it. Cool. Cast spell. Go. Alright. He has to make a wisdom saving throw, have to beat a DC 12.
You're muted or something there, Robin.
He rolls a 24.
Cool!
Oh my god!
After seeing that fail, I'm going to use my bonus action to dash and run another 25 feet away from this thing.
Now see you, he is going to be
'cause you're a
looking
rogue.
straight at you with burning purple eyes.
I don't see any of that. I'm just running away, flipping him the finger as I run.
Yikes.
Anything else on your turn?
No. All I'm just shit. As I run.
Flint, Jones, Wolf.
Oh, alrighty. Seeing this, I'm going to see Finry obviously walk up, cast his magic, and then suddenly start running the opposite way. Because I can't really see much, I'm going to move out about 10 feet. See this giant monster and go, holy crap, pull out my rifle, line it up, and pull the trigger.
Nice.
So hopefully
Pew pew.
I can roll this.
Oh,
That one says 8.
This is not a good first turn, guys.
This is
really
horrible.
Gotta
This
point
is
that
how
out.
we lose a bunch of
I'm guessing my
playable
gun
characters.
goes off and nothing happens.
Yeah, it
Does anything
fires,
bad happen?
and you make a. What is it? We'll do a 1d8 for me.
1d8. What the hell's dice these days?
And this is where the
Oh no, I'm gonna actually. I heard something on TikTok which is really cool. It's called low high, even, odd. So the way it works is if I'm going to give you the choice of low, high, or even or odd. So effectively, if it hits the number sort of like high above 10, and it's the even or odd that you asked for, then it goes the way that you planned. If it is the opposite, it goes like the opposite of what you want. And if it is half, it's a mixed result. So I'll give you the choice, and then I'll roll.
Can I let the chat decide?
They can if you want.
Let them get involved.
Does anybody in the chat want to chime in with a high, low, even, odd? We're looking for a number that can be anywhere from 1 to 20 on a D20.
High even. Ooh.
We got a high even there. Is that the number you want to lock in?
Our rolls have not been high so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm hoping someone picks something better than that.
So is this just like a quarter of a chance of complete success?
Yeah, but it's really interesting because you can you have the short it's like gambling.
Yeah.
Let's go
So-
low.
I love it.
Low. Okay, go ahead and roll that D20.
Oh god.
Rolling.
Mixed
Hey,
success.
remember when I said high even?
You pull your rifle back. Boom. The bullet flies out. But unpracticed in recently shooting, you forget just how good your weapon is. It's pretty nice. You got a bit of recoil though. You'll adjust for it next time, I'm sure.
Definitely. Alright, so that didn't work, so I'm gonna obviously load the weapon again and fire again. And say, another action. Where do I get it? Accent surge, I think it was. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
You've got accent surge. You're like a fighter, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did that load up?
Fight with bullets.
Yes. Yeah, that's the other thing I should have deployed on my turn.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Ask something about it.
Roll. Come on. Oh, come on.
no.
That's a roll of 10 to hit.
It does not hit, unfortunately.
God damn, what's with these rolls?
You
not great tonight.
your rifle shoots again. You adjusted this time, but the creature's wispy form makes it
It's just
so
intimidating.
hard. It is quite a presence.
All right.
The only thing as intimidating as it right now is the giant cat that's hiding behind a tent.
I'm gonna call out to Finry. Go, Finry, let's go. And I'm gonna run
Way ahead of you, buddy.
as far as I can.
The creature in front of you all again, as it's been going through this pulsating cycle. Now that it has sort of fully charged by the looks of things, the pulsating stops, and you see it again following its eyes to Finry.
No.
As the creature
No.
just bolts forward, you see the wisp of smoke slowly begin to rush towards you. As it approaches, you see its body just explode outwards as the smoky mist goes all over you. While you're inside of this dark storm of necrotic energy, you feel it attempt to drain the force from your body, as if to drain everything that keeps you alive. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll also pull out a pair of glasses and put them on. And you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
You cannot even see this thing's eyes as it swells around you.
Oh, shit. With a 10.
Dan, have you got any of those bonus pointy?
Oh, yeah, I'll use my minor blessing.
All right, we are opening the pack of cards.
God. Oh, God.
Ooh, come on.
This will be.
Hi.
We're gonna shuffle these bad boys. We're gonna get there.
Please don't kill Finry. I have no other character ideas at the moment.
Kind of attached to this thing.
Didn't run
I'm
fast
small,
enough.
it's-
Those little legs weren't running fast enough.
They
Hey.
weren't.
We're taking the jokers out. We want none of that shit. Aces are ones, so
Okay.
we'll keep that as relevant, and we'll see how well you succeed. in this particular chance account. I'm just adding more and more chance onto this D&D game at this point.
You should almost mark up the jokers, given there's two of them. Have one with a giant cross through it, and another one with.
Okay, we've got a non-colored, and then we have a colored joker. Colored joker, a full success. Empty down, full failure.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm glad he's guinea pig testing it on you.
I'm not.
You're welcome.
Cards above the table, DM. Cards above the table.
Okay, so we got them here. We got them all here. Okay, so you want it from the top of the deck, the middle of the deck, or the bottom of the deck?
Well, I can see the bottom of the deck, so probably not that one.
Top, middle. I just threw that one out.
Let's go middle.
You got a middle pull. All right. So, here is the card that is being chosen. It is a 3.
That's probably
3 of
not gonna do it.
hearts.
So that takes me to a 13.
A 13 to avoid its wrath. You
Missed the
pass.
queen, dude.
Oh, I passed. Oh, thank fuck.
Or,
Oh.
as this energy blasts out towards you, the force of it still manages to hit you, but you avoid it being starting to drain your energy. So it's just going to give you a cheeky little attack here. We'll do one of these guys, and we will roll. Awesome. That deals 5 necrotic damage to you.
What did he roll to hit?
You're in it.
I'm just in the smoke, so I get 5 necrotic damage.
Necrotic. You stepped in the puddle.
I stepped in the puddle. 5.
Don't stand in the fire, right? That's
Never
yeah.
wow things.
Yeah.
Don't stand in the fire.
I just get I activate my ring and get the Salad Fork of Doom ready in my hand.
Oh.
I'm going to count on this motherfucker.
Beautiful. And as you do so, you see you hear the sound as whispers begin to emanate from this creature. Around you, people are all slowly hearing this. The 3 people, Rafe, Melkus, and Flint, as the whispers echo out from this creature. Can you please make me a wisdom save?
Wait, is that me too?
No, you are
Not very wise.
by this creature. I'm not unreasonable, you know.
Thank you.
Okay, nice save. What else we got?
Oh no.
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh no.
Also not ideal. All right, awesome. As you guys hear these whispers, they begin to emanate in your mind. You hear the sound of whispers. As they all
Thought we talked about this.
and they start to echo in your mind. You get the sounds of people saying, "You're not good enough. You were never strong enough. I thought that you'd fail that shot if you'd practiced with it." As you all begin to hear these maddening whispers.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
So you guys are all going to take. Let's do this one quickly. Bam. A nice little 5 points of psychic damage. So the 2 that failed. And you also are compelled now, with all of the enemies around you, to attack Finry.
No.
No.
Your
No.
round roll good, I bet you.
Again, I still have the glasses on, and I'm like,
No, so you all feel compelled to swing your weapon physically at him. So it's not quite a good range, but if you were in range, it would require you to hit it. But that's the feeling you get in your mind. All right, now that we have this creature in amongst you all, we switch over to our second combat encounter, which is the jail cell. So, as we left off, we have one of your allies storming in to the cells. You guys hear the voice of Rhea Korn as he begins to initiate combat with you're one of your captors. As you hear the shout of the guard calling for others, no footsteps come to his aid. Rhea Korn, with a very well-established history with fighting and death, makes short work of the guard. Whether they're killed or not, you are not sure. But
Are you kidding me?
rounding the corner, you see Rhea Korn holding a ring of keys. As he says, "Anybody looking to escape?"
Oh, my God.
I pre-prepared all my cells for this, and then you just take my fire.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have been
Yeah,
better.
you should be.
Rhea,
Fully had a plan, Jez and I.
perfect timing. Yes,
Oh,
right,
hi,
come.
sorry.
We would really like these keys. Thank you for turning up and saving Asteria.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He throws the keys to you and says, "Now get out of there. We got to go kill some more shit."
Oh,
Is
God.
everyone else
what,
okay?
What,
I'm
what,
asking.
what is out there? What do you mean?
I heard a couple of people running past me saying something about a big shadow demon.
Oh dear.
Sounds like
Hector, I don't like the sound of
It
this.
sounds like exactly what I want to do right now. And
Are
I'm
you
gonna...
serious?
No, of
This-
course not.
this
Sarcasm.
Finry has been a terrible influence.
Rhea, like not waiting out for all of your bullshit. Just go out and throw the keys to you and literally walk back out into towards the combat.
Yeah, Hector, I quickly grab the keys, unlock it, and jump out and grab wherever my gear is, and take off after Rhea. Asteria, let's go.
You find it
Coming.
Our friends need
as
help.
as you see that they've got it all nicely in a sort of confiscated chest there. The keys that you have make it short work as you grab your stuff and begin.
As we exit, do I see that guard anywhere?
Yeah, he's lying on the ground, sort of around the corner from your cell.
I'm gonna check him. What's he got on him?
Sort of what loot has he got?
Yeah.
So he's carrying a short sword as well as a guard's uniform. He has a small pouch of gold, equivalent of about 7 gold pieces.
Hector, what are you doing?
I'm gonna toss the sword to Asteria. Here, you might need this. And shove.
okay.
I'm gonna grab the uniform and the gold.
Nice. Awesome. You guys make your way out. If you wanted another uniform, there is definitely the possibility of finding more in this guard room. So, in case you wanted some for your character, Asteria.
Yeah, can I grab a pair just in case?
Absolutely. You chuck them in your backpack, and you're good to go. I'm imagining that you guys are making haste now towards the combat.
We
Yeah, my little
are.
legs are charging, trying to keep up with Rhea's massive strides.
And mine.
And Asteria's.
So I will let you guys, as the two things weren't necessarily happening concurrently, you guys will come in at the end of the next round of combat.
Sure.
6.
As you guys rush in. Awesome. So as we approach then the top of the order, we have Malchus. Now that this creature has come in front of you, begun to spin its maddening whispers, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Malchus, he gulps, grabs onto his shield, takes 15, walks forward 15 steps and screams out, "Get behind me, Finry!" while also casting a Hexblade Curse at the
Yep.
creature.
Ooh.
Nice.
So this gives me a crit on a 19 or 20, and plus 2 to damage.
That's exciting.
Come on.
And-
roll good.
And I will also cast my Eldritch Blast with Hexblade Curse and Hex.
Boom.
Pew pew.
21 and damage.
So what part of that was force damage?
So force is the 1d10 plus 4, and then the plus 2. I'm not sure what that is. That's thing.
Necrotic.
And then the d6 is
Proficiency.
the necrotic. Yeah,
All right. So you
I'm not
got.
sure if proficiency counts as force or not. Probably. Maybe.
Hang on, I'm just checking. So you got a 6 plus the 4. Is
Yep.
that?
Yep.
So
And
10
then whether-
force damage, and you see that spell just poof as it shoots through the creature. You see it take out a chunk of its sort of spectral form as the whispers in your mind begin to intensify as whatever you've done to this creature seems to have pissed it off royally.
I take another big gulp and walk back 15 feet. Come to me. And yes, that's my turn.
Nice. Okay, so let me just quickly do some minuses to this guy. Awesome. So yeah, you take a step back as this creature rears its head just in deep anger towards you. You hear it howl from the pain. As a reaction, it's going to do something kind of fun.
No, it's not.
So,
Right.
you're in
Why are
there,
you drawing a ruler?
just checking where everybody is in. You're definitely in there. So, Rafe and Finry, please make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom, you say?
Yes.
That's my strong suit.
Right,
That'd
yeah,
be
so-
a
Oh,
natural
I thought that was
20.
my 20. I thought that
Natural.
was fine.
20.
Crushed it.
Safe.
That's pretty good.
That's 16.
Awesome. Nice. All right. So,
16 pretty high.
Finry, you are somehow, as this rogue, dodging this necrotic swarm around you, dodging the mind manipulation. You are just some next level shit right now. As just boom, boom, boom. On the other hand, Raph, you feel the wail of this creature. Being too close to it, you can feel it just penetrating your earbuds, like as it just pierces your mind. You stand there, your body begins to lock up, but you push that aside as your gigantic form just allows you to push through the pressure, whatever was trying to be done. But you still do take some damage.
Both of us?
No. Out of nat 20 is pretty good. You take a total of 10 points of psychic.
Oh. Ouch! This guy's
Feels
a
like.
dick.
He really is.
Anything else in your turn, Malchus?
No, that's all.
Awesome.
Oh my god, was that still only Malchus's turn? Oh
Yep.
dear.
So Rafe, you're up now, and Harmon Rab, you're up next.
That was
And-
Malchus's turn and a reaction from the on the big
Yeah.
guy.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, like, damn.
And Rafe is compelled, right?
what?
You feel if you have to use your reaction to smack Finry if you're close enough.
We don't want to smack
Oh,
him,
hang
no.
on, sorry.
Oh dear.
My reaction?
Yes, your reaction. So it's like it's you were compelled in the moment, so it's no longer in effect.
Oh, thank God.
So you just felt an intense urge to smack him, but you weren't close enough.
Sweet. Back to the game plan.
Finry's used to that.
I am really pissed off at this stage. Action surge. Yes. Boom.
Nice.
To attack. Do it.
Downing a potion of boldness. Thank you, Jez. Now that is boldness, not boldness. That's a cat.
I mean, we did need a healthy stat in our game at some point.
Yeah. Oh, that's totally going to happen, isn't it? So that's a plus D4 to attacks and saving throws. Thank ye, Jez. So I'm actually going to charge up, get up, nice and personal, and hit it with the magic half polearm scimitar.
Yes.
And
As you step
it's-
into its square, please make a wisdom save.
Didn't think of that.
You see Finry through this creature's swirling mass. And he's like, "Oh, hey! Good to see
Hey,
you."
buddy, what you doing?
Awesome. So, yeah, you also begin to take some damage as this creature, with its maddening touch, begins to swirl around you, and it will do 6 points of a psychic damage.
Cool. This was a great idea.
Just psychic,
just-
And this is just for entering its space. Oh god.
Run first, run.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna stab it.
Nice.
And
What do
I'm
you
gonna need to add some stuff. I'm assuming I've also got proximity, or what do you call it?
Yeah, you can have flanking, sure. You're literally amongst it. You've got another person amongst it. You could take that.
Nice.
It's a plus D4 as well, so we just won't roll it.
Only
That
8
hits.
to hit, yes.
Um,
There's little in this game that
is
I'm
that
so worried
damage
that
too?
you go, that just hits.
Sorry, is that the damage? 24 is the damage.
that's the that's the to
That's
ro-
the
to
hit. Why is the? Oh, there we go. I gotta click damage. Okay.
And it is a magic weapon, which is quite the distinction.
Nice.
So that's a
Hitting-
12. Bear
hitting
with me.
nice.
Hint, hint. Not being obvious, right, Robin?
I mean, I'm
With
just
me?
making sure you guys know what your weapons do.
Well, just wait for Asteria to come, she'll fuck shit up.
And the Giant's Might scores an extra 2 points.
Very nice.
Kill it.
And
Oh.
there's and. See, I told you I was
the
pissed.
band. Oh shit.
And the fire rune is going to be slapped, so that will do an
Yes.
extra 2d6 fire damage if a strength of 12 save.
So it's going to do strength 12.
Strength 12.
And
Come
it
on.
has disadvantage on the strength save. 'cause of
Oh, it does it?
Oh, nice one.
Yes.
Well, I don't feel like
I'm
it's going to have like a plus 13 strength or something.
I don't know. It's a wispy, ghosty thing.
Gets a
Well,
2.
both is like
It gets a 2.
saves by 7.
So the alternative would have been a 12 if you didn't have disadvantage. So, it was
So
pretty
there's the 4
good. Okay.
worth of fire damage. It is now restrained.
Right.
Interesting.
What?
And, because I'm action surged, I'm going to stab it again
Yes.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
with advantage
Oof.
for a
One
22
shot.
to hit.
Yep, hits.
It should just be a normal. Oh, come on. A 6 points. And I think there's nothing extra special because that's all one-time use.
Wow.
Sweet.
We got 18 there. Then we have the 6, so a total of 24 points of damage.
Nice.
Well done.
Oh.
Huge. That is massive. Yeah, you make this creature again just so angry. You've taken so much wind out of its sails with that attack that you can see it try and scream, but it just can't.
And I'm tempted to just back away.
You opportunities.
No, it's restrained.
Oh, well, it doesn't mean it can't attack. It just means it can't move, right?
Just can't move.
Fine. Well, it's either
And as you attempt to, you see the normal shackle that you would put on it, and the part that should shackle to the creature seems to fall through it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You should see the list of conditional immunities that this thing
Oh,
has.
God damn it.
This is where we need a Cobalt Soul Monk. Extract aspects.
Awesome.
Don't worry. I told you, Asteria's coming.
Are
Don't
you
worry,
moving
guys.
away or not?
I will. I'm going to move away.
It lashes out at you with this sort of shadow talon that just swipes. It is going to make a normal attack. And a 13 to hit.
Won't hit.
Ah, beautiful.
I'll
You
double
have
check that. No, it's
Escaped.
18.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, yeah. All right, awesome. Well done. Next up in the order, we have Dr. Harmon Rab. And then after him, we have Finry Flattops.
Right. Well, Rab is running on up here, and he's caught wind of old mate that is on the way out. Hinge. So, trying to be a little bit not deceptive, but making sure the group is aware that he knows what's going on. Kind of yells out, "Finry! Finry, watch out! I'm gonna fire at it!" And then I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at Gerdinge.
Damn it! You stole my thunder.
All right.
Sorry.
And your guiding bolt. What do you have to hit there?
I'm gonna try and hit Gerdinge with this Guiding Bolt. So spell attack. Oh,
Yes.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Definitely hits.
For Gerdinge, just to be very clear, hitting Gerdinge.
Yeah, and you
For,
are
9
doing that
damage.
lethally, I imagine.
Yes, that is the plan.
Awesome. As your bolt strikes his heart, a glow first emanates and then the necrosis as you see this figure slowly turn to dust in front of you as its body seems to seep into the earth itself, and you feel the heat in your book begin to emanate.
Ooh.
I'm glad I missed Finry on that one. Very close to getting it. Very close.
Oh my god.
I yell out to as I guess my bonus action, I'm going to communicate. I don't know if that's a thing, but I got to yell out to Rafe and be like, Rafe, you were right next to it. Is it worth me trying to grapple that thing?
Oh, I had a hard time restraining it. I wouldn't put money on it.
All right, let's just hang out and crack at it from distance, yeah?
Yeah, range sounds real good right now. Up
Right.
close is a world of hurt.
Are you good?
And I just show him the blood.
Do you need any healing? Are you good or what?
Yeah,
I mean, if you've got it.
if you got it.
I don't do a lot of healing, but I've already taken my action, but I'll keep that in mind for next time round, okay?
Roger that.
Roger.
All right. Don't go too far.
All right. Well done.
That's what I'm going to end that there with that amazing roleplay of don't go too far. Chills, surely. Chills.
And we have our Dinge dead in. And that leaves us to Finry Flattop.
Okay, so part of the thing being a halfling is that I can hide behind someone who's larger than me.
Yes.
Technically, this thing is larger than me. Can I hide behind it?
I guess. Yes, sure.
Sure, awesome.
Blame for trying.
What are you trying to hide behind?
The thing that's
That'll be-
attacking me.
The smoke.
That's going to be a 26 to hide.
No. You hide in the smoke that it caused.
Yeah, I run around behind it.
As you turn it into a little swirly as it begins to not know exactly where you are in this mist.
I just be like, oh, look over there.
You see it sort of rush around, looking left, right, and center, but it does not seem to be able to find you.
And then whilst I'm behind it, I'm going to 1,000 Years of Death this thing and stick the salad fork of doom right up its butt.
No, not the salad fork of doom.
Make sure you
Gonna
twirl it
fork
around.
right in the butt.
Start
Toss
like
the salad.
wrapping it up in there.
Stick your wrist into it.
Oh,
Toss that salad.
14 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, yes. That means I
All
get
right.
a sneak attack. So it's 2 points of normal damage, and then my sneak attack, I believe, is more. Which is my sneak attack? 2d6.
Let's see the numbers.
Yeah, so 7 plus 8 is Matt's. 15 points of damage right up its butt.
Nice. You smack this thing right up the ass. It looks like it did not appreciate that. It has quickly realized again where you are. And
I
now
wonder why.
to be even more sure of its next move. Anything else with your turn?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna walk away from it.
Good choice. You gotta walk out of its range.
Yeah.
It does not have an attack of opportunity left.
I'm gonna use my 25 feet of movement to head towards probably the big cat.
No.
Don't bring him over here. Don't bring him over here.
Do it. Bring him over here. Bring him over here. I'm gonna go for him.
Awesome.
I look at
Let
Ray
him know
and
where
I'm
you
just
are,
like,
Finry.
help!
Bring him towards us. Bring him towards us.
I think I made it worse.
So you guys see as this creature now, without Finry inside it, parts of its shadow begin to sort of seem to fall off of it as it's not being able to keep itself together as well. If it were a human, you'd consider it bloodied.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Next up, we have Flint.
Nice. Well, seeing my shots failed last time, this time I think I might use my Deadeye shot, being an adept marksman, so I can actually expend 1 grit point, take advantage on the next attack roll. So I'm going to
Hit it.
fire again, but this time with advantage.
It's probably not a bad call.
We have a nat 20.
Yes.
Oh, 7 to hit.
Very
Yes.
good.
You
Nice.
get a grit point back for that as well for rolling that 20.
You do?
Is
I don't.
that 14 points of damage?
Or just as you shoot this thing, you see again the shadow, the figure take all of that damage.
Nice.
Just
I'll move in sort of diagonal direction just about here. And that
Good
will end my
Good
turn.
work. You see this creature now again. More of it starts to sort of fall off as it tries to stay
Okay.
together.
You're like, take that, you stupid smoke.
It howls again, but as it howls, it begins to rush forward to its new destination. It shoots through the area that we see here. It goes through the tent, not being held by the physical location. It centers itself between all three of you,
God damn.
and you see it again, boom, explode out towards you all. Can you all please make me a DC 15 Wisdom save?
That's right.
I'm
kill
yelling
boss.
at it. I'm yelling at it. Alright.
That'd be a natural 20.
I roll a 15.
Oh, Henry's on fire.
Nice. Nice.
It's the luck of the halflings.
And 18.
Rolled me from 18.
Very good.
Oh.
Right.
That's an 11. I may cash the favor of the gouge.
So I will give you 2 pulls for that one.
Awesome.
So have we got a middle, bottom, or top of the deck pull this time?
We'll do a top third, please.
Top third. All right. So we're cutting into the top third, and
And then
we
middle
are
of the pack.
middle of the top third pack. Awesome.
And I'll just take two next to each other.
2 next to each other. All right. So we have
Shuffle
Very
well.
needy.
a 6 and a 3, a totaling of 9 extra added
Oh,
on to your roll,
yes.
Nice.
making you have a delightful, unnatural 20, as the gods indeed do smile upon you.
I also get to add a d4.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
For
Okay.
a 1.
Nice. It's just VM points at that stage.
That's the potion of boldness.
The creature again attempting to force you all to you feel that again, that pull on your life force as it attempts to take a grip of your necrotic essence, and as it tries to pull in, you all manage to resist its pull. As the shadows begin to dissipate, you see it roaring in frustration as it again pulses forward towards Finry. A lash of its necrotic claw as it again attempts to bring you down.
Nope.
A 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit with a... oh, Jesus. The whole fire rune just popped up.
Holy crap.
Sorry.
What's your total HP? What do you got left?
What did it roll?
So it rolled an 18.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm still up, and I'm going to pretend to faint.
Oh yeah, just pretend. That's cool. Yeah. As this creature just takes its necrotic claw, just brings it through your body, a rake, as you fall unconscious.
No, I have 1 hit point.
You have 1 hit point?
I have 1 hit point left. I was on 19.
Oh my God, nice job. All right, awesome.
Hold up.
He just faints.
Yeah, that's why I said I pretend to faint in case it tries to attack me again.
Beautiful. All right, well done. You managed to survive, which is great. And then we have again now coming in, rushing in. From
Yes, finally.
we have 2 new actors in the fray, with Asteria as well as Hector Hargraves. I will let you two make sure you're in the order. So I've got Hector in there already, and Asteria.
I got 17.
Just add yourself, roll again, so that I can get you into the order.
Get the thing in the bottom. How do I always forget where initiative is? Like, how is this the thing? Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, right. That was easy.
Nice. And you've already got 3, and I will give you guys both this turn and then put you in the normal order. So what were you, sorry, Asteria?
I was 17.
Awesome. All right, so first up, Asteria, you rush in to see this creature slowly...
Yeah.
Sorry?
Is it Marcus first?
No, we're at the end of the turn.
Oh,
so
okay.
At the bottom of the turn. You see in front of you this creature just swipes and takes out Finry.
Yeah.
You just see Finry fall unconscious with a swipe of its fist.
Can I ask you a question?
Another one,
in
yes,
terms
sure.
of ruling.
Yeah.
So, if someone, okay, so to my knowledge, because he's fainted, I know he's down. I can still use healing word or something, right? Like,
I mean, you would attempt to heal someone that fell, even if they were on death's door, you would have a very natural instinct for that.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah,
right.
awesome. I'm gonna use my bonus action first, which is I was gonna wild shape, but I can't. That's fine. I will use where is it? I'm gonna use healing word on Finry. Alright. How do I? So that's my bonus action. Oh gosh, did it work? Yay! No, that didn't work. This is awkward.
What are you trying to do?
I can see healing word in the chat. I can see it in the chat.
Okay, sweet. Yay! So I rolled a 3. You get 3. Oh, 7. Oh, okay.
7.
I forgot about that part. Get 7 hit points. That's my bonus action. And then I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt, and I'm gonna use my bow and arrow, so I actually get +7 to hit, which is awesome. Roll 20, and then I add 7. Don't I? Okay, cool. And I'm gonna hit it with my Guiding Bolt.
Nice. It hits.
Wait. Okay, then how do I? Can I do it? I'm gonna do it at 2nd level.
Sure.
I'm gonna attack it.
Roll.
Oh wait, I did the wrong thing. Okay, so damage. There we go. Normal.
Oh.
Hey, look at all that dice. 17 radiant damage.
Oh, nice.
So as you pull back your bow, the stars on your arms begin to glow. Your bow, in response, glows with it. Everything in tune. Your healing on your ally, glowing on his chest, illuminating your target. As you pull back your guiding bolt, you see it arc through the sky, glistening and glittering with the constellations that make up the magic that now surges forward. As it strikes the enemy, you see your constellations begin to travel across the width of its body, as within it you see the glow begin to emanate, as it glows harder and harder, as the radiant magics that now counteract its necrotic presence begin to fight for domination of this creature. You see that it just begins to glow ever more brightly. As you see this creature, you can't even look at it anymore as it begins to swirl and growl and wail in pain. You see it blow up in a radiant
Yes.
Oh my
Done.
as the
Yeah, he
the
did.
I
creature
totally should fuck shit up.
falls to the ground in a pile of dust.
Can I run to Finry?
You can.
Guys, did you see that? Shooting star just lit up the sky and hit you directly on it. That was amazing.
Holy crap!
And as you
I
guys
just came
take
in and ended combat.
I
as you
wake up
guys
and I
take stock of the surrounding fights, you notice that the creatures that the guards were fighting, although you see one guard has unfortunately also taken the fall, the other creatures have all died in the combat.
Can I please do something?
You sure can.
Because combat's over, right?
Yes.
Cool. So then, can I use my wild shape to turn into a chalice? Right. And what that means
A what?
is
Could be
not a,
cup.
turn into a chalice, but like I've got a chalice sort of constellation on form.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
me.
you're using your star shapes, aren't you? Or your
Yeah, exactly. So then, what that means
just imagine you
is-
like transfigure into a chalice.
So I'm gonna
Arm for
cast.
no reason has PTSD about seeing a large cup appear in the middle of nowhere.
Who needs? I go to the pipe. I'm like, who needs help? Who needs healing?
As Finry wakes up, as you're next to him, he's like, Asteria, good job, but I did have him right where I wanted him.
Of course, yeah, of course, Finry. Yeah, no, I totally believe you. I definitely would have had it. Does
Why
anyone
is
need healing?
your face is dirty? Where have you been?
Let's not. I was betrayed.
Let's
Let's not go there. But does anyone need healing? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Blood drips
You
see,
out of Finry's mouth.
You see a familiar figure rush over to you all. From the packs fighting these other creatures, you notice a figure of Dwali Shadowhand
Ooh, it's my boyfriend.
towards you, and you see him approach your group. This time, weapon sheathed, as he says, "Well, that was pretty spectacular."
Sure was
Yeah.
bright.
It was
Right place, right time.
just what we do.
As opposed to wrong place, wrong time.
Which is that what you're saying was the last time that we made your acquaintance?
When we became bestest of friends, yes.
When you used your magics to bewitch me?
I don't have any magic.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He looks at you and he says, "Who is this gun-wielding fellow?"
My name is Flint Jones, and you are...
"I am Dwali Shadowhand, captain of the guard in this fight.
If you say so.
Men here are in quite the bit of trouble."
How are they?
"How are they? Well, you tell me. They were working alongside the Thieves Guild when we caught them amongst their lair."
By the looks of it, you guys look to be in a little bit of trouble then. And
I do not
we
disagree.
came and helped.
Yeah.
We just
I was
saved.
gonna
I
say,
just saved
The same
all
thieves
of
that
you.
like try to rob us on the road, and we saved some villagers. Like,
Um,
I don't understand what the issue is here.
yeah, exactly. We
I-
haven't even been able to tell that full story, really.
Because you never came to the jail cells with me, you dumbasses. At any rate, what I'm trying to say, and you're really leading me off track here, is that for the sake of what you've done here for the city today, I'm willing to look past your involvement this one time, as long as you work with me to tell me what you know of the Thieves Guild's operation.
I'll reach up my hand to him to see if he'll help me out.
He looks down at you. He strokes his handlebar mustache. And then he extends
Sign of
his
affection.
hand to you.
And I, as I get up, I say, "Of course, and I kind of fall into him a little bit. Perhaps we can talk about this over dinner.
Let's get it over with in an official capacity, shall we? After that point, if you prove not to be a criminal, we can discuss how we proceed."
Don't pickpocket him.
I would never. No, Finry is very much.
Pickpocket him.
Finry is not of the mind right now to try and weasel the way out of this. He's going to try and use what's just happened to our good fortune. So, I believe we can assist. Although, if you've got a medic or something, I seem to have almost died.
Well, all right. I'll make sure that somebody looks over you. There's definitely no good you passing away before you can give me that intel.
I didn't get to finish my healing.
Oh, yes, please.
He immediately runs over and calls for the sort of ambulance forces of the city that are a couple of guys with a wagon that rush in to try and carry away dead bodies and sometimes patch up scars and wounds.
Does it make
I wanted
any
to use
sense?
my bonus act, my wild shape.
You
It's a couple of
feel
dudes
free
who
to
run in,
keep
like,
healing them. You can out heal these guys.
Oh yeah, 100%. So who else needs help? Are you okay, Harm?
Yeah,
Oh, is it
harm
just-
is always
Okay,
dandy.
cool. Yeah, sure. So I will cast. I touch Finry and I'll cast Cure Wounds on him, and because I am, where is the thing? And because I am in my chalice form, Wraith will get 1d8 plus 4 of healing as well.
I'm basically
within
just
30 feet of
holding my tail detached at this point.
Yeah.
So as
So
you're
yeah,
casting,
1d8
I'm
plus
like,
4.
just try and reattach it and hope that the healing takes.
So
Hey,
I
DM.
will roll
Yes.
1d8 plus 4 for you.
While they're sorting the healing, and the dude exploded, is there anything on the ground that fell from his, being? Like,
So you seem to find the remnants of some sort of construct as you look at it a bit more closely.
is it a mechanical construct?
It looks to be a construct that might have at one stage been a collection of crystals strapped to a sort of constructed frame.
I'm gonna yell out to Hector. Hector,
Yeah.
where are you? Oh, it's been too long. Quick, come and look at this. See if you can identify it, or see if you can make out what these crystals are connected to, and work out what's going on here. Asteria seems to be healing everyone and making them better than these two guys running around making ambulance sounds. But if you can come and identify this thing, it's... Hello, we're here to assist
I'm gonna pick up some of the
Oops.
crystals.
I like-
Sorry, I
was
did that thing
guy.
again.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also I see the large crystals emerge from the ground, and they look a bit similar, I think. So I'm going to run over to those with the remnants of the smoke guy in hand and try and compare and see what's going on.
So I'm going to
Like
need
in
you to
tongs or
roll
something, maybe?
either
Oh.
an investigation or a arcana check, depending on whether you're just trying to inspect the two or whether you're trying to understand the magics at work here.
Roll for
Uh,
opening a portal to the netherworld.
I would like to understand what's going on. The Arcana check, I think it was the one you said.
Give me that arcana.
Sweet Arcana.
What's going on? There we go.
Oh, you got all my healing, right?
Yeah,
Getting
it's
there.
not a plus 12, thank you.
Your kitty cat looks much paler. Thanks very much, Asteria. Nailing it
That's
with
alright.
the 12 points.
It's a 15 Arcana.
A 15.
18 actually,
Awesome.
because I did it again.
So you notice something very interesting about what's below you. Firstly, as you examine the remnants of this construct in your hand, you notice that the purple has faded completely from this crystal. It looks to be that it's just they're just almost quartz at this point, clear but dirty and clouded, which is not something you've seen from many crystals, but those that have used the magic heavily can often find themselves at the bottom of the end of their crystal's life, and this one seems to have been drained completely. Now, the construct, whatever was holding this thing together, was burnt to a crisp. It doesn't seem that you can find a way that these crystals were held together, but they were definitely at the center of this creature somehow. When you go down to the pit, you notice that inside is something before. Rather than some sort of creation that uses the crystal as a source of power, you see a crystal itself that has been used as sort of the epicenter of this magic. Under this square were...
Your audio's breaking up a
Your
bit
audio's,
there, DM.
yeah.
Maybe now? Better, Russ?
Yeah.
You just keep cutting off, that's why.
It sounded like you were alluding to some sort of summoning crystal in the middle.
So you guys can hear this one. So as you all observe what's down there, you see that there are 5 crystal chambers that have burst open. So like the crystal itself was a shell. And you see a purplish liquid around the base of all 5 of these chambers. They all seem to be pretty similar in size. As you look around and observe the other corpses that were left there, you notice that they too were constructs. Their mechanism much more intact, as you notice that they seem to be a humanoid frame constructed out of metal and wood that had crystals bound to them. These crystals had carvings of runes that seem to have given them their life. And they all lay shattered now on the ground around you. Yes.
Sorry, the liquid, is it similar to in viscosity and color and everything to the water underneath the farm?
Whatever this liquid is, it is far more viscous. It is almost slimy. It is thick.
Interesting.
And the last thing that you notice is that the 4 creatures that weren't the sort of large wraith that you fought all seem to carry a striking resemblance to one another, almost like a unformed human, as if it had not finished its time in creation.
Do they look like clones?
They look eerily similar, as if they were almost the same.
Do they look like Boba Fett?
No. They did not quite get such a strong genetic pool.
Can I... How far from ground level is this purple goo underneath the crystals?
It's a little bit of way down. I'd say you're probably looking at like 15 feet.
Right. Okay.
But they were able to crawl up the side of it. What's it, sorry?
I'll pull out a rope if Hector wants to go down. Hector, do you need a rope, buddy? I'm happy to see you. I hope you had a fun night.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks, Finry. Thanks for the concern. Hope no one else. Hope everyone else had a better evening than Asteria and myself. Although managed to get some sleep, but yes. I see you have a piece of rope there. I wouldn't mind trying to get my hands on some of that curious sludge down there.
Maybe don't touch it with your actual hands.
Oh, I won't. Because as you lower me down, hopefully, or somebody can, maybe someone with a bit more meat on their arms than you.
I'm very strong. I'm small and strong.
I will tie a rope to the end of my own flask, and I was going to tie a rope to my flask and lower it down. Let's just try that.
Oh,
that might work.
that would probably work a little bit better.
Yeah. So awesome. Yeah, you managed to, like, with enough time, an effort. You give it a good scoop up, and you manage to dangle it enough in this viscous liquid. Luckily, it pools nicely, and you manage to fish up some of the slime in your vial.
Gross.
I just pick it up
Oh,
and
yeah.
look at it and make sure I put the stopper in and put it in the bag of messiness.
Perfect. Yeah, you managed to grab some of that. You are all hanging out, and you see around you Finry appearing next to you. Dwali again stands there, and looking at you with a bit of concern, making sure you're well healed. He says, "Quite an interesting thing here to be under my city."
Yeah,
This
this
happened a lot.
Not in my time as the city guard, no. And this looks to be magical creations if I ever saw any.
it's lucky that we were here. Who knows how far this could have gone?
Indeed. I have heard tales about something like this, actually.
Oh,
Concerns me deeply.
similar attacks?
Not exactly. More the method of creation which matched up, not the outcome.
The summoning creation, or what these
Yeah.
malformed entities are.
But the one that I've heard of is a tale from up north in Dramesh. The story goes that there was a town called Pernine, in the desert, no less. And this town, for many months, if not years, the story is a man. Is that okay?
Yep.
A man ruled over the city, a town that they all claimed was a good leader that helped them. But as the story goes, a group of travelers went up that. They found that the entire town had been manipulated through magics to mine the crystals there with no recompense, no payment, as if slaves of their own design. When confronted, the town leader turned out to be just like one of these creatures. And once they confronted him, defeated him, and he was but a shell of some crystals and sticks, they found underneath the town of Pernine, much like this, a crystal carcass left behind from the birthing process of this creature.
But they put a stop to the danger.
For now, but as the story goes, whoever created that thing is still out there, the original, as it were. And it is that creature that is the one you see here. They're far-reaching, and their danger ever present.
And they seem to want to just mine crystals, or take over and use townsfolk, just gouge the earth of the crystals.
What kind of operation requires magical crystal?
One that might make your mic work a little bit better.
I'd hope.
So we're losing a couple of words here and there.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I walk over and I'm picking up the last part of this conversation as I come back from sludge fishing. And I want to... You seem to know a lot about this history of Pernine. Where did you hear this story from? Perhaps we can track this story down and find out its original source.
Yeah, well, you can definitely have a look. We had a couple of travelers come through not too long ago. They're much like yourselves, adventurers and the like. And they came through here and told us of their travels. That's the story comes from them firsthand. I heard it from a couple of my boys that were in the tavern with them, but where they've gone to now, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they weren't as good as us, obviously.
No, well, not as attractive, at least. I mean, yes, not as proficient.
Finry blushes a little bit. Yes. And then I'm just gonna hide behind someone for a little bit.
You're gonna hide behind me.
I'll hide behind you.
All right. So on that beautiful note, we'll take that opportunity to have a 10-minute break.
23.
We will be saying goodbye to Nick for the rest of the evening. So thanks for joining, Nick.
That's all right. Sorry I couldn't stay longer.
No, good to have you for as long as we do.
You shot it at least. It was good.
I did some damage. Happy with that.
Yeah, sure did. And your gun didn't blow up, which was pretty good.
Yes, indeed. I'm happy with that too. Last thing I need to be preparing my main weapon.
All right, everybody. We'll see you all after the break.
Back in town.
See ya.
Bye. Alright, guys.
And we are back. Welcome, everybody. After a fateful encounter, we have now returned to normality. As we left off, our party had just fought off a wraith made entirely constructed, apparently, of crystal components, and 4 creatures almost identical in looks, unformed. As you all now look over the crystal sort of phylactery that's below you, with all of these birthing chambers, you stand beside the captain of the guard, Dwali Shadowhand, as he tells you of the origins of a similar creation that has occurred up north in Dramesh.
A town called Pranine, right?
Yes.
Was this Dwali talking to us about this past story?
That's exactly right. It's me, Dwali.
Dwali, what, just, scientifically speaking and all that, what do you think would happen? Should we drop one of these, either a dormant crystal here back into its birthing area, or one of these unfortunate souls that didn't make it?
It looks to me that whatever happened here, they seem to have broken their chambers. I see that whatever kept them together nicely has seemingly shattered. Yeah, I simply think something unfortunate happened, and these things were not able to grow into the manipulating bags of flesh that I've known them to be in other parts.
And this is the first time you've seen or heard of something like this happening here?
Oh, absolutely. This town has been well kept under guard. Besides the Thieves Guild, I have made sure that nobody slipped past this moustache.
It is quite an imposing moustache, and with a fine, upstanding gentleman such as yourself, I can see why the town is as good as it is.
And can I just say, your sideburns are quite of note as well. I see you've also practiced a little bit of the manscaping.
I'll tell you just a little secret. It's literally all I can grow. I can't actually grow the rest of it.
Well, I'm kind of the opposite, actually. I can only grow the handlebar moustache. The rest of it just won't even touch my face.
And it really works for you.
Oh, thank you. I've been quite fond of it. People in the beginning were the testers. They called me all sorts of names. They called my stash names. They sort of implied that I was a totally sort of person. But no, I do think it's grown on me.
Can I wink? Wait, can I just nudge Finry and try and wink at him?
Yes, you can. Are you trying to do it subtly?
Wait, what's my... Oh, I am wise, so
Yeah.
I do try to do it subtly.
Mm.
Sorry, it's hard trying to play a wisdom-based character when I'm only used to charisma.
When you nudge him, are you basically just nudging him in the side of the head as well? Because he's not that tall.
Ow.
Oh, right.
Just kicking it with your toe, just under the eye limit.
I'm just trying to wink at him, but I can't actually wink. So
You see out of the corner of your eye, you see Asteria just closing both eyes
Are
at
you
you.
okay, Asteria? Are you having a fit?
I'm just no. Oh, no. I'm okay. No, never mind.
Without really asking permission, I just sort of grab Asteria's head, pull out a water flask, and be like, let me get it.
No.
Now blink lots.
What are you doing? I don't know what's happening.
I interrupt and do it again. Just more.
What's happening?
Your friend there dearly does seem to have something bad in the eye. Did she get some of that necrotic dust in there?
I really hope not. She's one of my bestest friends. Asteria, are you okay?
Oh, really? You're my best friend too, Finry.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe I should get to know some of your friends then. It seems that they're important in your life.
Oh, yeah. So, well, there was Flint.
The one that sort of ran off in one of the corridors.
Yeah, he's probably going to do some study. This is
He seems like an interesting character, like a bookworm, but then also just pulls out a rifle and shoots some shit. Like, where does that sort of coincide?
I think, keep your options open. You don't want to like get narrowly focused on one career path and then not be able to attain. Better be good at lots of things.
Personally, I've always found something worth striving for and just going at it single-mindedly.
I want to, with me standing right next to Finry, I want to just kick him in the shins and say, Finry, your shoelace is untied.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit. I didn't even know these boots had shoelaces. Okay.
And as he comes down to about my level, I'm going to say, we seem to be on good terms with the city guard right now. Is there any information that you could get from them to help you find the codebreaker?
Don't worry, I'll definitely pump him for some information.
Oh, you'll be pumping him.
No.
I love most of our peak roleplay moments. This campaign has just been smut.
Smut sells, baby.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you know how I feel.
Oh, goodness.
Hector, yes, I can. I have already sent off my own inquiries. I'll have to check back to see what's going on with that. But in the meantime...
Yep.
Can I help either of you? You're alright?
Sorry, yes, I just had a bit of trouble. I always forget if you go, the rabbit goes over or under. So it's alright. My shoes are tied up now. Hi.
Well, I grew up in the hills, so I didn't much see many rabbits. It was more like moles and things. So we always had a difficulty. We couldn't even see our shoelaces. Sometimes it was so dark. But I guess it's a good enough little rhyme to help you out.
Yeah. So you said something about wanting to have a chat with us.
Oh, indeed. I am in need of your assistance. It seems on two fronts.
Oh?
The first, obviously, if you're up for it, is figuring out what the hell happened here.
Oh, I think, man, I always wondered what it would be like to be a detective. But I don't know if that's really my jam. But I suppose we could see what we can do to help. I don't know if everyone...
If you find out whoever these ugly faces belong to, and you put them out of their misery for what they've done here, I'd be very glad for it.
Having heard this, I'm going to go back over to the large crystal pit and look for around the area for any kind of evidence of tracks, trails, something which looks like potentially had been planted, or other areas nearby which have upturned soil.
So what you notice immediately is that obviously this was a pretty professional job. These crystal chambers were equally spaced in a circle, really nicely. The area where they were placed was, it seemed quite well flattered and molded. The explosion obviously caused some damage to the space. You see, obviously, the ceiling fell in and caused quite a bit of dirt and rubble and smashed some of the phylacteries. So a lot of what you would normally have been able to see is gone. But from your investigation, as you all begin to sort of look deeper, nothing else seems to have been left here. And neither is there an entrance into this place.
The faces, does it look familiar?
It doesn't. So you don't seem to notice that this is somebody you've come across yet. It does look like a man's face. It's hard to really tell with most of them being so underdeveloped. But you do see some of its features, and you reckon if there was a man that was alive that looked like this, you would probably have seen them.
If I've stuck my head sort of into the whole cavern, can I see
Yes.
whether there's tunnels or anything which lead off of it?
I'm expecting that over the course of the investigation, as this is more and more uncovered, depending on how long you stay there. But as it comes out, the excavation happens, and there seems to be no tunnels that lead out or into the space.
Does it look like these crystals have emerged or thrust up, or
It does not. They seem to be placed on the dirt as if they were moved here and placed here specifically.
But there's no evidence of like a trail of
No.
breadcrumbs of crystals.
No.
are they massive crystals? Like, is it a kind of monolithic?
So I would say that these looked very well crafted. So where you've seen very natural crystals up until this point, these ones were shaped. So they were shaped to the point where they were effectively six-sided, like hexagons that reached almost a rounded crystal top, and each of them were identical. On the face of some of these crystal hexagons, hexagonal prisms, I'll call them. You notice ruins on the faces. So this was not just a random occurrence. Somebody made these.
Do I recognize the runes?
Yeah.
No.
But I'll work it out. Who can understand? Asteria, you might know what's going on here. Come and have a look at
I
this.
can try. Would you mind giving me about roughly 10 minutes, if that's all right? And I could do a bit of a ritual and try and comprehend
Surely
this
you can-
language.
You can spend 10 minutes to get us that kind of information, lass.
Yeah, Marcus, what are you guys up to?
Just before I wander off, I just yell out, Rafe, don't you have a lot to do with runes on your sword and chest and things? Can you maybe check it out too?
I can certainly try.
While
Can I get a
Sorry,
quick
while-
steer on how tall these are? They've got
So
yeah.
they're probably, I'd say, 5 feet tall. Enough space for a fully grown man to sort of sit curled up in the crystal.
And sorry, just bear with me, because have these emerged, or they were underneath the ground, or they were placed?
There was a cavern that was uncovered when it exploded, where these 5 were placed inside.
Okay.
Is there a cave?
It seems to be an unnaturally opened area. There's markings of very precise flattening of the earth underneath it. It seems very circular in design, as if the entire space, as well as the placement of these crystals, was human designed or designed by humanoids.
Okay.
Other
Malchus and I are going to go for a quick wander.
Malchus and you, okay, cool.
Yeah, just wandering up to check out the body of the man who accidentally fell over dead. He appeared to be filling his pockets with gold when he was pointed out to me and running away. So I'm just gonna, just lean down and close his eyes over and just say a quick prayer to Anubis. Just something classy, kind, like a faithful Anubis. Another one bites the dust. And then just close his eyes over gently. And as I'm closing his eyes with one hand, I'm just checking out his pockets with my other hand, see if there's anything jingling.
You find 2 large pouches of gold attached to this man's belt, as still clutched in his fists as he fell forward. Roll 2 D100s for me.
Here we go.
Both combined containing 171 gold pieces.
Oh,
How did you get this name?
I just look at Malchus, who's next to me, and nobody else is near me. So I just look at Malchus, who's next to me, and I wink at Malchus, and I say, I'd give him the nod, like it's fine. I'll just chat to you later about it nod.
Yeah, I'll say, wow. Giving a prayer over the body of a peasant. You're a much better man than I am.
I pocket the small bags for now and wander back to the group.
Yeah, you won't need them.
You guys have any ideas of where to find this man?
Not exactly. We always try up further near Finry.
Pernine, was it?
Pernine. Obviously, as you can tell, the hole definitely doesn't. It doesn't look natural. Is anyone around? Are the people here at all times, or like? Have you?
Not exactly, but you understand this place is pretty frequently used. If there had been any signs of people trying to excavate it, we would have known. It's next to some of our residential locations.
Is there a way that this sounds something outside the realm of possibility? But is there a way to send an object to a place by itself from further away? So kind of like I heard that there's a pub, a canteen, the Chili Weasel canteen.
I've been to the Chili Weasel.
Yeah, and they're
that was my regular for a time. I used to live down that way, and I found myself going often. Quite the establishment. What was the name of the man that ran that place again?
Philly.
Philly George. That's right.
He's an inflatable cat.
Oh, I haven't been back yet. I've heard tales. It came about in the last 5 years, eh?
Yeah, it's quite wondrous. He's worked on a thing that can, transport you back there. I'm wondering if it could work in the reverse, where someone could send something from where they are to a spot that they want, and that might have created. And I put down the hole.
Well, I am the wrong person for you to be asking, honestly. I do one thing very well, and that is I'm the master of my sword, if you know what I'm saying. And
I know, and I wink.
And it's sort of my discipline. If you want somebody that's interested in the magical arts, you'll have to find somebody with a much smaller wand.
Siri's just blushing, but can I do comprehend languages, Robin?
You can.
Okay, so I cast it as a ritual.
Yeah, you spend your 10 minutes sort of finding your space and aligning with your astral forms as you look at the words. You have looked at a lot of words. This is a spell that you've practiced a lot. This is a dialect that you don't really know. But you have seen something similar before. And it was in the inscriptions upon Rafe's various armaments. And what you see in front of you is runes carved in the side of this thing. And the runes are of things that now that you read them make sense to what you've just seen. There's a rune for growth. There's a rune for life. There's a rune for shape. A rune for eyes. A rune for several other things that sort of fit the context of the situation. And then you see one or two other runes that start to catch your eye, that start to make things seem a little bit more I think scary would be the right word. As you read the word, the symbol for manipulation, the word, the symbol for forgetting, the symbol for rewriting, as whatever has happened here, whatever the magics were, something of the magics forced something to forget, something to be secret of this location.
I share all of this with the party.
Sounds very much like a story about Pranine.
So
Forgetting and
maybe
manipulation.
people did see what happened, but they've just forgotten. They can't remember.
Hey, that would be truly frightening if that's the case.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's what we've been led to forget.
With my experience with runes, is there anything else I glean out of that? Now, it's not a huge experience with runes, but
Nope.
and I can read giant.
Nice. This is not giant, but what you do notice, and I think you saw some very complex runic magic from your previous world. It is a skill that your people were able to utilize very effectively.
We have flying boats.
Correct, and you know the complex range of runic carvings that went into making something like that fly, and the detail on these carvings. You notice these are not your simple, first day on the runic job. These seem to be very well designed and well thought out runes that require quite a bit of skill and practice.
Do I know what language it is, DM?
It doesn't seem to be one that fits into any that you know. It is a language completely unique to anything you've ever witnessed.
Having heard Asteria talk about these runes and whatnot, I'm gonna go back to Dwali and say, Mr. Shutterhand, is there anyone in this town that you've met or come across that is, potentially curious or interested in runic scripts? Of the arcane nature, perhaps?
Not really.
No.
Most of the folk here are pretty down to earth. They don't really fancy themselves into that sort of thing. They're good with their hammers. They're good with their metal, and more recently they've been great at using the crystals to sort of combine the two and create some beautiful works. But
Is there particular people who are more adept at crafting with crystals than others?
Oh, of course. We've recently seen rise to more and more people trying to market themselves as crystal smiths. A whole new brand. You take your jewelry crafters and your blacksmiths, and you sort of find a middle ground where they can both manipulate crystals as well as forge the metal.
And
where does one go?
I'd be willing to take you to one or two of the crystal smiths around town if you're willing to come with me.
Yeah.
Can we? I was going to say, can we quickly copy these down, or is it?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can try your best. Like, oil in these situations, there's the ability to with some coal, use a paper rubbing of the sigils. So that's something that you guys would all have become pretty well used to in the age of paper copies.
Curious, DM.
While they're doing, sorry, go Jess.
Curious. So, having looked at these runes now, if I flick through the book I carry with me from my master from another land, I've forgotten his name, would I have potentially seen anything similar?
Make a history check. I'll let you do a little sort of remembrance check there.
That's an 11.
What's an 11?
I'm going to use a card. Use a card of fate.
Oh, all right. Let's give it a bit of a shuffle.
McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, we got the pack.
Yeah, just cut it. Just cut it in the middle.
You're doing a little cut, okay? And then what?
That's it. Whatever's on the bottom now.
A picture. That is a nice 10.
So that's a 21 history check.
With a 21 to history, you remember very clearly that there seemed to have been a small section on a scroll that was similar to this.
I just keep that to myself. Curiouser and curiouser.
It continues.
Dwali.
Yes.
Did you want to do something first?
Oh, I was just gonna look at Finry, just sort of nudge him that I'm next to him and be like, Finry, I mean, I don't know if I'd fit down there, but what do you think about sending some of the smaller people down the hole to investigate this cave? The guys who were over there before, like Hector said, that it looks like it's like a man-made cave type thing. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
not
it's
natural.
literally just a hole in the ground, as far as I'm
What's
aware.
around the base of the hole? Is it a
Oh
cave at all,
well,
though, or?
Some of my men
Yeah.
went down there and they just found walls. It's just
Okay,
more
that's fine.
dirt. There's
Right,
no.
So it's just a void, like a cavernous void.
It's just a circular hole. Like it used to be probably what I would consider sort of a shallow cylinder, wider
Like a well.
than full. But
like a well or something.
I'm imagining the hole from the beginning of the X-Files movie that kid falls in.
it's I can't remember that one specifically, but
I don't want
it's
any
literally
spoilers.
just like I would say it's a 40-foot hole in diameter that just
Wait.
goes 15 feet down, and that is it. It's just a cylinder cutout in the earth.
Now that we know there's nothing down there, Finry, what do you reckon we follow and go and have a look at one of these gem crafters and get a little bit of more information?
Yes, but first, Dwali, you said there was two things you wanted our help with.
Oh, right. And the other one is the Thieves Guild situation.
Don't know a whole lot.
What do you know?
That we stayed a night there.
It's not everybody that gets invited into the halls of the
Well, they thought I was really.
Yeah.
Behind.
The leader seemed to have quite a fondness for Asteria.
But that was all her. That wasn't me. I mean, I did say hi to her, and we went for dinner, but she didn't really tell me.
Asteria, is that the lady you asked on a date, Asteria?
She asked me on a date, and she was blushing. But I tried to find information like my friends asked, but I didn't really know how, and Finry wasn't any help.
I helped you with your makeup. I thought we were friends.
But you were meant to tell me what to say.
All right, I'm not really interested in the intricacies of the friendship right now. Can you just tell me what you found out while you're down there? Because I have asked.
Me?
Oh, thank you.
I think
Besides
that's all
that,
we knew.
what do you know of their operation?
Oh,
She
No.
likes women.
yeah. Yeah. I wasn't aware of that.
He looks at you, Finry, sort of looking you right in the eyes, and he says, "Is that all that you know?"
Well, pretty much. I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to help Asteria get ready for her date.
Make a deception check.
Whoa. Hey, if anyone wants to give me a blessing.
Can I help him?
Oh, how?
I'm
Well, technically, she
I'm
was there,
next
but
to him. I'm right next to him. I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of just say the words as I cast bless. I'm just gonna say, my good friend, my great friend here, he always tells the best reaccountments of everything that's happening. I know that whatever he says will be definitely something that is truthful. And I just gotta squeeze his shoulder while I'm just looking directly at old mate of the guard.
Cool. So it's a 15, and I get a D4.
Sprinkle some
Yeah.
holy water too.
Just a little bit of this.
Yep.
Just like splish, 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 splish.
Okay, so that takes it to from a 15 with a D4, it takes it to a 17.
Question.
Yes.
Because I said I'll help him, does that count as guidance?
No, because you didn't give me any good reason why you would have been able to help him. All right, so he is going to make an insight check against your deception check. So we should result into something interesting. One way or the other. Well, you have done good for me today, and I'm in the mood for believing you. So let that be it. I hope I do not find that you have been lying to me, Finry. It would be quite saddening.
I wouldn't do that.
Finry would never lie.
I have great respect for the men and women in the city guard in all the towns across Trinkaja.
Well, I appreciate that, and he turns to you, Asteria, and he says, "Now, lass, I got a warning for you too. Although the bad ones can sometimes be very alluring, I would look rather to those that abide by this side of the law than that, if I were you in the future."
Wasn't really
Hector just has a chuckle.
Control. Wasn't really something I could control. Sorry, I almost fell off my chair.
I mean, in my what is it, almost 200 years, I've found that there's always a choice that you can make, and I promise you that you're keeping company like Finry. He'll lead you on the straight and narrow.
I will say, I've always admired a man in armor.
And I've always admired a man that could wield a crossbow.
So to the crystal smiths then.
Yes, yeah, the crystal smith. Let's head on out then, shall we? He just sort of wipes his moustache and plays with it again, making sure it's nice and taut.
It's his towel.
It's his towel. God, you found it, not his towel.
Look at the air.
Okay, so we go to visit some crystal smiths.
He says the first one up ahead is quite a nice one of the more recent. They used to be a jewelry crafter, so most of their work is quite fine. They've actually gotten a couple of interesting pieces that if I were a wealthier man, I would have definitely made myself available for, but no less, it is not for me this time.
Are we taking them some remnants of the shadow demon-y thingies?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, the corpses.
Corpse?
Not the
If you
corpse
want to,
themselves, but it was. You said it was remnants of crystal and scaffolding.
Yeah, the inner workings of the big mean thing.
Like, is there enough there to be useful that if we put it in front of someone, it'd be like,
How was this
out.
made?
Pray tell, how does this work?
How does this work? Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
While we're sort of trucking around, I want to say to Dwali, this event's up in Pranine. Is there anyone that would be particularly interested in resolving that issue there? Who's got a stake in that returning to normal?
I mean, most of it's returning to the non-dominated time, or
yes, that's right. Returning to a regular city.
I mean, most of the people there would have appreciated it not being dominated by this person.
Of course. But is there anyone in particular that really needs that city to be back to its operating normality?
I guess from a strategic point of view, Dramesh doesn't have much else of a mining operation except in Pranine. It would seem like quite the loss if that wasn't operating in their favor, considering we've got such a head start on it all.
Okay, good to know.
Are large crystal deposits common to both towns?
To the two that we just saw?
Well, to Pranine.
Yeah,
Pranine, sorry.
Pranine was basically situated just a bit away from the mining site. It is definitely a mining town. So in that case, yes. In this case,
now?
What's
We're
you guys?
Volo.
Volo, yeah.
Is Volo a mining?
No, it's a city. It's a large city.
So there's no reason, like, if someone was to plant this setup to try and take advantage of the human masses to try and
Well, there is that
mine
giant
crystals.
mountain crystal, though. There's that giant mountain crystal
Yeah,
where we
where's
fought
that,
the
though?
crystal bullet. That's back
so-
down towards Avonrath.
Yeah, well, it's actually just just west of Avolo, Nandar's southern star, and it is. So the biggest thing about Avolo is it's actually the capital of Nandar. So it would have the highest population density in this state.
So it sounds like a good place to start. It's like
So this sounds
numerous
like
workers.
This sounds like a control type thing rather than I want to leverage a mining operation and just will use the nearest town for labor. Because surely if you were going to do that, you would take it back to the town in which we started, which was close to...
that was Avonrath.
Avonrath is close to the Eye of... What, the
The Nandar's southern star?
Thank you. Like, that makes sense. Not to do this in a Volo for a mining gig. You do it in a Volo for a control gig.
Well, I'd agree with you there. I mean, there wasn't much to be gained here for it, and the amount of things that were under there showed me that it's probably a bit more of a cost to maintain whatever the plan was for a Volo. I'm just glad that we got to it before it was able to do what it wanted, I guess.
I was just hoping, I think, for seeing a clearer motive. Like, if it was all just targeting mining towns, then this is a greedy son of a bitch that wants but use the populace for mining. So they can accumulate more crystals.
Sometimes scarier when they don't just have greed as their motive, isn't it?
Yeah, but what would they want all of the crystals for?
If I knew the answer to that one, I think we'd be on to finding our culprit.
Well, they seem to be able to use crystals in new and interesting ways that isn't yet common. Cloning, control, manipulation.
You know what that sounds like to me? A Drameshian scholar with far too much time on their hands.
Well, they do like to enslave up there, so...
Oh, that's just Krago. The rest of them are pretty alright. Bit of superiority complex amongst those elven people, but not bad folk on the whole.
No, I know at least one decent elf.
He looks over at like the constellation woman. The stars sure do shine brightly on this.
Oh,
one.
I wasn't talking about her. No, I was Asteria. I was.
I thought you were my best friend.
You guys really do have on a get off again sort of friendship, don't you?
Sometimes it comes and goes.
At any rate, I'd like to introduce you guys to the Hourglass.
The Hourglass.
One of the finest crystal smiths we have here in Avolo.
We'll head on in.
Do tell him I sent you, won't you?
Of course.
You guys walk in, and you see a middle-aged human female who is standing at the front as she sees you all approach. You see she has cropped straight black hair and piercing green eyes, with a sort of general sort of clothes and sort of skin that makes you see that she's been hard at work for many years of her life. As she looks at you all and she says, "Welcome to the Hourglass."
Good evening or morning. I don't know what time it is really. I really
It's
don't remember.
it's just rolled over. It's almost lunchtime.
Oh, well, we should keep this nice and quick. My
take
friends
your
and I,
time.
we've been sent here on the behest of one Dwali Shadowhands.
Oh, you're friends with Dwali then, are ya?
More than friends, some would say.
Oh, well, I did not know that Dwali was interested in halflings.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Wait, What do
Well-
you mean by that?
Dwally is a man of many mysteries. Not really one that speaks too often, and I've honestly just not really seen him interested in too much. But yes,
My
it does
friend
make
is a very
sense.
lovely person.
I
So
don't doubt it,
everyone
lass.
would
I don't
love him.
doubt it. What can I help you with?
And we're not going to kink shame Dwally.
No, absolutely not. He can put himself wherever he wants.
Oh God.
Also, liking halflings is not a kink.
No, I just think it's a personal preference thing. I've known him for a while. He comes here quite often. I've got a little.
Well, you didn't make it seem so nice, and
Hang on.
I
Whoa,
don't
whoa, whoa.
like it.
Asteria.
I think we're
Asteria.
getting off a
Let's-
little bit
let's
off track
keep everyone
there,
happy
Asteria.
here.
Okay.
he was mean to Finry. She was mean to Finry.
It's,
No, it's okay. I should
Gendering me, lass. I don't know if you can really point fingers.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Dwali has sent us. We. I don't know if you had the explosion a little bit earlier. We dealt
Yes.
with it. We've
Yep.
come here to see if you can make any sense, being as esteemed as you are within Avolo, and I just to whoever has the pieces to bring them forward.
All right, bring him here. What you got? What you got?
Hector walks up and just sort of plants a couple of the empty, I guess I'm going to say empty crystals on the table, as well as one of the crystals which is fully active, if there's any left of fully active.
All right. Well, this is a nice piece of crystal. At least that one looks good.
Miss, I missed your name earlier.
You missed my name?
Yes.
My name's Jasmine Fenwick, and I'm the owner and proprietor of the Hourglass.
Fantastic to meet a fellow proprietor.
Oh, are you a businessman then, are you?
I was, but my travels and my search for unique items has led me on a journey with these fellows here, and yes, I am a businessman in search of unique items.
Right. Well, can I interest you in my shop of wares? I have many things of unique. I think I'm the first one to craft most of them, actually,
Really?
in the world. So
Well,
have a look around.
Absolutely, I will have a look around.
Finry
The first-
immediately begins looking around and ignores the conversation.
Can you tell us anything about how a crystal that seems to be popping up around, and obviously you're quite adept with handling such things, loses all its color and energy?
It requires quite a bit of draw, as you understand. These things are rich with magical energy. It is my belief that even their passive presence in our world has allowed us all to use it as if it's charged the air itself. But alas, when something draws on it so deeply, it can take all of its power away. But I have not yet found a way to quite draw it out so fast. But if anything was to do that, it would cause some serious damage, an explosion, or release some magics of untold danger.
Yes, you may have heard a small rumble in the ground earlier this morning, which happened to be the result of such a thing.
Oh,
Yes, we're working with Dwali to try and figure out how this happened and how you might prevent it in the future.
well. Do you know who did it?
Which leads me to my next question. Would you, obviously, skilled crystal smiths such as yourself roll in similar circles? Have you seen or heard tell of anyone with the capabilities or the wherewithal to attempt such a feat?
She looks over the remnants that you've brought her, and looks at the runic impressions that you all took, as she attempts to piece together exactly what happened. She looks up at you, back down at her sort of inspection, and back up to you. She says, "Nobody in Avolo or anywhere around here is as good at creating this stuff as I've ever seen. This is not from me. You can go and have a look at the sphere, which is up the road, one of the other crystal smiths that are around here. But neither he or I have ever created anything close to this complexity."
Jasmine,
Aye.
is this possible to have been made by the hand of a mortal? Be honest.
I mean, I consider myself quite high amongst mortals. Probably one of the best crystal smiths that has ever walked this earth. But in saying that, it's beyond my capabilities, and if that makes them a god, then it was made by a god.
So you really are top of your craft.
I mean, have you ever seen something as magnificent as all of these wares? And she points to some like gorgeous swords that shimmer with a red light as the magic pulsates through it. A vest that seems to shimmer with electricity that cascades across its surface. Nothing can ever come close to my magics.
All of those items now have fingerprints on them as Finry has walked around the store touching everything, trying to figure out what it is.
Is there someone chasing along behind you, like pouring a potion of alcohol cleanser and wiping it clean?
As you touch them, they seem to self-cleanse. They've got dental enchantments, augments on them.
Hector, I'm going to say, so there's nothing. It sounds like you can point us in any particular direction, which might help us further on this, apart from asking another store owner.
If it was made by somebody living, then whoever made it has been studying this for far longer than I have.
Have you heard of this happening? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. What is your question?
Have you heard of something like this happening anywhere else nearby?
Only the old wives' tale that the old captain tells. Have you heard it?
I'm hearing more and more tales every day. What is it?
He reckons that we saw magics like this, or as he described, pretty similar to this up in Pernine.
Yes, I did hear that one too.
I'm not so sure if I believe it, though. Anything that comes out of the words of adventurers seeking payment, you have to take with a pinch of salt.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, never trust an adventurer seeking glory.
I mean, I typically find that if you got a strong motive for gold, you'll say pretty much anything to get some more of it.
Exactly.
Have you looked at my saber of vampirism over there, perhaps, while we're on the note of seeking gold?
Vampirism?
Aye. So it's a term that I've come across. It is the sort of suctioning of essence from our targets. And this blade does more than just pour blood of their enemies onto the ground, but it steals some of their vitality and restores it to its owner. Quite a marvelous little invention, if I do say so myself.
How much did that set you back?
Oh, for you seem like a good sort. I could definitely do a bit of a discount for you if you like.
Just window shopping. Ballpark.
Just 1,030.
Sure.
Once we're on the subject of magical items, do you have anything that may, perchance, make someone a little bit smarter than they already are?
She looks through her books, like her inventory. She's like, Scroll of Fear. No, that's not it. Tiny Servant. No, that won't do. I have a wand of enemy detection.
It just detects enemies? Like, does you have to be holding it?
Yeah, you can sort of put it on your person near enough and it'll vibrate in your pocket or whatever you need it to do, really.
And like, it won't phantom vibrate and you think it's going off, but it's not actually going off.
I mean, it depends on how often you sort of have it with you. Like, if you got it in your pocket all day, every day, then and it's sort of you're amongst people, surely at certain points you'll be desensitized enough to reckon it's going off at all late stages.
You'll be going for a stroll and all of a sudden, roll for initiative. Roll for initiative.
Or just phantom vibration like a mobile.
Yeah, my vacuum cleaner has an outlet just at my pocket where I put my phone, and every time that I'm vacuuming, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting messages. It's like 0 notifications. So I was like, ha, nice.
Huh. Okay. Well, is it something that could be looked into then?
Well, it's some sort of item that boosts your intelligence.
Yes.
They're called
I mean,
books,
perhaps,
Finry.
but I'm not really quite well versed in the art of manipulating the mind.
Okay.
But yes, if your friend is looking at some ways to do it, maybe just learning a bit more, being a bit more understanding of the way the world works. Have you heard of library?
It's library. Yes.
Oh well, you've learned something here today, haven't you?
Yeah. No. I just. Oh.
That's what I keep saying we need to go to.
Two questions for you, Miss Fenwick.
I give you the answer to one and the answer of another if you buy this health potion.
Nah, health potions. I'm not in need of health potions, but I am in
Anybody
need
else
of...
a health potion for an answer?
I've got Hector. I'm okay.
Let's see what the answers are worth, shall we?
All right. I feel like I've been pretty good so far, and I'm not running a charity here.
No. This is completely commercial. Is your ability able to craft something which could take this crystal and this element, and I'll pull out the vial of sludge and say, and potentially detect other such similar things below the ground? I'm not looking for detecting a mine-sized deposit of these crystals, but crystals where there shouldn't be.
Interesting. Well, I could try and figure out some of the resonating sort of magical frequencies and try and narrow it down. I can't promise anything, but I'd be willing to give it a try for a fee.
What might that fee be?
Listen, I don't know how much this will work, and honestly, if it does work, I could make a fortune selling it to other mining companies and the such. But if you can, I don't know, maybe scrounge together 200 gold coins, I'll try and have a look into it for you.
I think we can work on that, but before we commit to anything, I'm looking for a shield. Do you have a shield of some kind that maybe you've imbued with some crystal energy?
Oh, some shields. You're looking at a bit of protection, are you?
Well, I'm only small, so some kind of wall between me and incoming fire when I'm walking around with these people here.
It's
would
not
serve me
bad.
well.
I appreciate that. It's definitely got to be a little hard to keep yourself alive. And she sort of begins to look through her stuff. She's like, "Oh, I got a dagger of venom. No, that's not going to do it for you, is it? Not really what you're after. Otherwise, we got here some lightning resistance things, but not really what you're after either. Anything else? We got breastplates. You don't really look like you wear a breastplate. What about a brooch of shielded? Will help you be a little bit less hit, I guess.
Well, anything's better than nothing.
You can have a look at it over there. It's quite small and inconspicuous, and will help you out in combat by providing a little bit of a chance of being avoided.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna cost you 7,500.
Yeah, that's a little bit out of our price range for now, but I might keep it in mind.
No.
I'll give you 135 gold for it.
Oh, unfortunately, it's a little bit under what I typically ask for. If you're going to be haggling, at least be in the ballpark.
Do you accept afterpay or after gold?
No, only current pay is the only one that I, unfortunately. But I appreciate your tenacity, your mercantile wit.
Lay by.
Okay, so for me, then just the crystal detection type item, and for these fine people here, whatever they desire.
Oh, you're sort of shouting them. Anybody out?
Oh, no. If there is something they desire which you can supply and they're able to pay for it, that's on them.
Oh, right. That's far less humbling and generous, but I understand.
Malchus, this something caught your eye.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Do you have anything that might cause some magical darkness? Anything to do with darkness?
You're wanting something for some darkness, are you?
Yeah.
Well,
hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've been messing around on tuning some of the crystal energies. and I've got it to the point where it's able to pulsate out various frequencies, and one of those is a necrotic sort of energy. And if tuned just right, I've withdrawn the lethality of it and boosted its ability to make the dark sort of cloud. It's almost like a smoke bomb, but it'll be able to create an area of darkness for you in a region. Does that sort of tickle your fancy?
Yeah,
almost
very interesting.
Does it almost paint it black?
I mean, in a way,
It was a bit of a reach. I'm sorry. Take the psychic damage.
If you throw me 100 gold pieces, I'll be able to put this prototype in your hands.
Yeah, sold. I'll hand her the 100 gold.
And she says, "All right, well, all you gotta do is when you're getting ready for it, you gotta place it on the ground and then press this ruin on top, and it'll activate it for you." And it's this.
Sorry, I cut out.
You cut out. I cut out.
I cut out. I think my internet lagged.
So you find, she says, you got to put it on the ground and press the ruin on top of it, and it'll activate.
Interesting. Okay.
And you see this beautiful sort of blackened crystal that has this lacing of silver around it in a sort of hatched style. It's got these beautiful bands of silver around it.
Awesome. I will pocket that.
Well, if
I rock up next to Malchus and I just whip him a little bit in the just a bit of elbow, and I'm like, I had a chat to Anubis and he said for 50 gold I could have told you to close your eyes if you want darkness.
Other people can't
funny as he
find
is,
me.
guys.
I'll say, what have you got lying around for 100 gold?
I was looking for 100 gold. Jeez, you are a bit of a cheapskate.
I know.
He'll sell you 95 gold for 100 gold.
Let's quickly have a look there for what you're after.
I have 135 on me.
135? That's barely anything, isn't it?
Unless we had some award that we split 1,200 gold, however many ways, and we got 100 each.
Yep.
You can really be stretching. I can get you some. I could probably discount it so you can get some dust of wheezing and choking.
Do you have any feathers?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to be interested in scrolls?
What kind of scrolls?
Hey, you got a whole selection here. I got Scroll of Cure Wounds. I've got Scrolls of Arms of Hadar. Something quite spicy. I've been collecting them from passers-by.
Anything like that that gives you kind of like a radiance kind of energy?
Radiance energy. I can make you attractive to lightning.
I'm okay, thanks. Actually, so I've been really interested in archery recently,
Right.
but I like using my spells with archery. Do you have anything for me? Any braces or anything?
I mean, if you're only looking at like $100, then no, not really. Look, I have my own money. Right. All right. Well, most of my armor pieces sort of start at the range of like 1,000 gold, and then we ramp all the way up to like 4,000 for anything that's life changing. So, are you willing to buy in that category?
So you don't have it. Okay.
We haven't got sort of the reject pile of magic items that are half effective. No.
I don't know. You're not very convincing. I might just speak to him.
And you're not very wealthy by the sounds of things.
Oh, how dare you?
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying I'm willing to pay for some adventurers time to time to try and find me some items I can continue my craft. If you guys
What
are,
kind of items were you after?
I'm trying to find more information about how magic is sort of naturally occurring right now, and the best chance we have is that these creatures that seem to be showing themselves around the place. You find me some interesting creatures, and I'll pay you a bounty on them if you make sure good enough space to
Hey, Finry.
observe them.
Yes.
Hey, Finry. I think we can make some money if we give her those weird creatures that I defeated. Do you want to go get them?
Is Dwali still around?
No, he's outside. You guys have your moment.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to chat to Dwali. He's kind of otters like flies on honey. But I like what you're thinking. That would probably boost us a little bit. I do want to
talk
know.
to Hector.
Yeah. But first, Jasmine, do you happen to have any feathers?
Well, this is not the first time I've had people coming in here. I do have some of these bodies of these creatures at the back. There's one in particular that I'm quite proud of, which is an eagle that is about the size of a man and a wingspan twice that.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing, and it's a good thing that here in Trancasia they're not endangered. So it's okay.
No, this one was incredibly endangered. I'm pretty sure it's one of its kind.
Oh God!
It was crystal infused. It was beautiful. It was probably the perfect specimen.
Robin, why? Oh, the poor.
Hey, they're at the peak of progress over, trying to make sure they do the right thing.
Capitalism.
And
how much would a tail feather from such a magnificent beast cost?
Now, it's something special because it actually still glints with the magic that was imbued in it by its presence to the crystals. Something like that, I reckon I could let go for let's say 30 gold pieces.
30 gold pieces, and we're both friends of Dwali, and I don't know, it's also endangered. I'm not
I'll
sure.
give you two for 50. How does that sound?
Sold.
Excellent. Great doing business with you.
Hey, Hector.
Yeah.
Hey, Hector.
Yeah.
Finry.
Yes. Sorry.
She was saying she needed creatures. So I was thinking maybe we should go get the ones outside that we just defeated. Well, I defeated. Maybe we can get some money. Because she did ask about them.
She's asked the creatures to have magic crystals or magic within them. And
Yeah, they had magic within them, I think.
they were no longer purple, but it might be worth checking with one.
You did
Let's go get
leave
it.
the remnants of some of those creatures for it, didn't you?
Yeah, we had some parts of one.
Yeah,
she didn't seem too interested in that or offer to pay you at all.
Damn it.
But the other things that they weren't. Well, don't we still have some of the bullet? The lady
Mal-
you killed?
Malchus
You guys
turned into
gave
shield.
that all to
Philly.
Yeah.
Philly
okay.
A and B to the what would probably be considered Crystal Smith sitting in Avonrath.
I think we're. Look. For Jasmine, Miss Fenwick, how long do you think it will take your fantastic skills to craft such a crystal detection potion or thing?
I reckon I could figure out as much as I can within about a week's time.
Okay, good to know. I'll leave it with you and I'll come back in a week for that.
If you guys find yourself bored, go out, grab me some creatures that would be of interest, and come back, and hopefully we can get
What would
both
you
of
do
these
with
happen.
these creatures?
I would cut them open and inspect their internals and understand the way that magic flow through their bodies and try and emulate that in further designs that I make.
That's
I
very
quickly
scientific.
turn
I completely
around.
understand. Yes, where might we
around
find
to
such
make
creatures?
sure
Where
she's
would you
not
normally
looking
find
at
it?
As I've heard it tell, the closer you get to the big crystal, the more dangerous they become. And the more dangerous, the more magical. Isn't that the way of the world?
Always.
Let's earn some cash before we head off from Avolo.
I'll have to save that for when we get out of here.
So I think Asteria is having an asthma attack now.
At any rate, that's all I've got for you this evening. I hope that you guys have a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you again when you return with my goods. And with that, we wrap up tonight's session.
One more thing I wanted to know is if I got any secret messages or anything.
and you all have leveled up.
Yes! Level
Ka-ching.
5!
Very good.
So well done to you all over the last few sessions, and an epic milestone reward as you uncover some of the deeper secrets rumbling under Trancasia.
Oh my
Ooh,
God,
I
so
get to
many
do
secrets.
stabby.
Oh, yes! I rolled an 8 for my hit dice. I get by 8 points.
What do I just roll a d8, yeah?
Whatever your hit dice is for your class.
Hey, I got an 8.
Nice. All right, that's going to do it from us here at Raging Rolls this evening. Thank you all for joining us this week. We hope you all have a fantastic rest of the week and a great weekend. And we look forward to again hanging out next week, Thursday, with some more adventures in Trancasia. So have a lovely evening, and we'll bid you all a good night.
Bye.
Night, everyone.
Legend.
Bye.
Bye.